Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're tackling a huge one, mastering Mandarin Chinese. But what if you don't have a ton of money or years to just study full-time? Well, we're going to break down a plan that can get you fluent, even if your schedule's absolutely packed.
And let's be real, it's a pretty daunting challenge, right? I mean, the US State Department even ranks Mandarin as one of the hardest languages out there for English speakers. Most of us just don't have the luxury of studying all day, every day. So, where do you even start?
Okay, so here's the cool part. We're going to break down the exact system a final-year Cambridge medical student used to teach themselves Chinese from home. Think about that. This is a system built for maximum efficiency on a super tight budget. And honestly, it just goes to show that with the right plan, even these massive goals are totally doable. All right, let's get into the blueprint.
So, first things first. Before you even think about memorizing a single character, you've got to have a blueprint. Seriously, your success is going to hinge on having a solid plan that you can actually stick to, especially on those days where you feel like you have zero time. And it really all starts with these 3 key steps. First up, you have to define your why. I mean, why are you doing this? Because that's what's going to pull you through the tough days. Second, you've got to figure out your priorities. Are you all about speaking, reading, something else? And third, you need a way to track your progress. Because trust me, seeing how far you've come, that's the best motivation there is.
Okay, now this is a massive strategic shortcut. The whole plan focuses only on what you need for modern communication. We're talking speaking, listening, and just typing with pinyin. It completely, deliberately ignores handwriting. And you might ask why? Well, think about it. Mastering thousands of characters by hand is just so incredibly time-consuming, and for most of us, it's just not necessary in our digital world. Making this one choice, this can literally double your learning speed. No joke.
All right, so you've got your blueprint. Now it's time to build the daily habits that are going to power your learning. This right here, this is the core engine of the whole system.
So the core goal is ambitious, but it's also really simple. Aim to learn about 10 new characters a day. But look, this number isn't set in stone. Some days it might be 8, other days maybe you'll hit 12. The point isn't about being perfect. It's about what the person who created this plan calls gentle consistency. It's all about just showing up.
And get this, the toolkit for this system is so simple and super budget-friendly. You've got the HSK textbooks to give you some structure, then you have the free flashcard app Anki for your daily memorization, and finally a dictionary app like Pleco for quick lookups. And that's it. Seriously, no expensive software, none of that stuff needed.
Now, here's the crucial part. It's all about how you use these tools together. See, you're not just memorizing single, lonely characters from a textbook with flashcards. The real key is to use flashcard decks that give you full sentences with native audio. This is so important because it means you're learning grammar and context right from day one, not just a random list of words.
Okay, so you're building up all this vocabulary. Great, but how do you get those words out of your head and, into an actual conversation? Well, this next part is all about that. It's about activating your Chinese and really making the language come alive.
And the key to making that happen is this really powerful idea called comprehensible input. Basically, it's about finding stuff to listen to or watch where you understand most of it, but not everything. That little gap creates this perfect sweet spot where your brain just naturally starts absorbing new words and grammar from the context. And the best part? You don't feel totally overwhelmed.
And here's how you can brilliantly hack your own schedule to do this. First, you habit stack. That means you listen to a Chinese podcast while you're already doing something else, like making coffee or commuting. Second, you embrace what we can call productive procrastination. So instead of just zoning out to your usual show, you kick back and relax with a fun Chinese TV show. It feels like you're taking a break, but guess what? You're actually learning.
But all that listening and watching needs an outlet, right? You got to use it. The goal here is just 1 hour-long chat with a native speaker each week. You can use a platform like italki for this. And please remember, the point is not to be perfect at all. It's just to connect and communicate. And a great little tip is to use the topics from your weekly textbook chapter as a starting point, so you're not stuck for things to say.
Okay, so with all these moving parts, how on earth do you keep it all organized and, more importantly, stay motivated? The answer is surprisingly simple. A single spreadsheet that basically becomes your command center and your own personal motivation machine.
And here's a look at what that's like in practice. It's just a simple log of what you did each day. How many new flashcards did you learn? What podcast did you listen to? When was your speaking session? Just seeing this thing fill up day after day, it's so incredibly motivating because it makes your progress real. You can actually see it.
But the real secret weapon here is that simple journal column in the spreadsheet.
All you do is jot down a few words about how you felt that day. And why is this so important? Because learning a language is an emotional roller coaster. There are going to be days you feel like a genius and days you feel completely stuck. And on those tough days, looking back at this journal and seeing the progress, not just in the numbers, but in your own words, that's such a powerful reminder that the path to fluency is never, ever a straight line.
And finally, let's talk about the mindset. Because really, none of these tools or habits are going to matter without the right approach. This whole system is built on one very simple but incredibly powerful philosophy.
And here it is. The ultimate takeaway from all of this is that consistency is everything. This journey isn't about who's the fastest learner. It's about who refuses to stop. Every single day, even if all you do is 5 minutes with your flashcards, you are moving forward. So the real question isn't how fast can I learn? It's just, can I keep going?